What if the struggles you're facing didn't start with you? What if the anger, the fear, the broken relationships, the silent battles have been passed down like an invisible inheritance? And here's the hardest question. If you've been praying for change, why does it feel like nothing is breaking? Why does the cycle keep repeating? Today, we're diving into something powerful, something personal, breaking generational cycles, and uncovering the deeper truth behind why it may feel like God isn't answering your prayers, when in reality, He's trying to transform something deeper than your situation. He's trying to transform you. Let's step into one of the most emotionally complex families in the Bible. In Genesis 25:28, Isaac, who had a taste for wild game, loved Esau, but Rebekah loved Jacob. A divided household, a subtle but dangerous pattern, favoritism. That favoritism didn't stay small, it grew into deception. In Genesis 27, Jacob tricks his father Isaac into giving him Esau's blessing. A family fracture, a broken relationship, a cycle of manipulation. Now pause. How many families today still carry this? One child favored over another. Comparison, competition, unspoken resentment. You may not be stealing a blessing, but are you living with wounds caused by comparison? Or repeating it without realizing? Are you healing from your family patterns or silently continuing them? Have you ever experienced favoritism or comparison growing up? How did it affect you? Share your thoughts. What is not healed gets repeated. God may not be answering your prayers for change because He's calling you to confront the root. The cycle of anger. Moses, a chosen leader, a man who spoke with God, but even he wasn't immune to cycles. In Numbers 20:10-11, "Listen, you rebels, must we bring you water out of this rock?" Then Moses raised his arm and struck the rock twice with his staff. God told him to speak to the rock, but Moses reacted in anger and struck it. That moment cost him entry into the promised land. One reaction shaped by frustration. You pray for peace, but react with anger. You ask God for better relationships, but speak harshly in moments of pressure. Is your emotional reaction delaying what God wants to do in your life? Be honest, how do you usually respond under pressure? Drop one word in the comments. Uncontrolled emotions can continue cycles, but God calls you to respond differently, not react instinctively. God freed the Israelites from slavery. Miracles, provision, guidance, yet. In Numbers 14:2-3, all the Israelites grumbled, "If only we had died in Egypt. Why is the Lord bringing us to this land only to let us fall by the sword?" They were free physically, but mentally still enslaved. Fear became their cycle. And that fear kept them wandering for 40 years. You've left toxic environments, but still think like you're trapped. You've prayed for new beginnings, but fear keeps pulling you backward. Are you living in freedom, or just surviving with old mindsets? What fear do you think has been holding you back the longest? Breaking cycles isn't just about changing location. It's about transforming your mindset. Now, let's look at a moment where a cycle was finally broken. In John 4:16-18, Jesus tells the woman, "You have had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not your husband." A pattern, a cycle of relationships, pain, searching, repeating. But instead of condemning her, Jesus offers something different. Living water, a new identity, a new path. Maybe your cycle isn't relationships, maybe it's addiction, negative thinking, self-doubt. What cycle are you tired of repeating? Type "break" in the comments if you're ready to break a cycle today. Jesus doesn't just expose cycles, He empowers you to break them. Obedience breaks the cycle. Abraham's story could have repeated fear, control, and doubt. But in Genesis 22:2, "Take your son, whom you love, and sacrifice him." This wasn't about loss, it was about trust, breaking the cycle of relying on human understanding and stepping into radical obedience. And at the last moment, God provides a ram, a substitute, a reminder. God doesn't desire destruction, He desires surrender. Sometimes the cycle breaks when you trust God beyond logic. What is God asking you to release so He can do something greater? What's one thing you feel God is asking you to trust Him with? Obedience unlocks transformation. Here's the truth: generational cycles are real, but they are not permanent. You are not stuck. You are not powerless. You are not destined to repeat the past. God may seem silent because He's not just fixing your situation. He's rewiring your mindset, healing your heart, calling you higher. What cycle ends with you? What pattern are you choosing to break? What step will you take today? If this message spoke to your heart, don't ignore it. Like this video, share it with someone who needs hope. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your story could inspire someone else. And remember, breaking generational cycles doesn't happen overnight, but it starts with one decision: you choosing differently. And this is just the beginning. Watch the next teaching in this series. Breaking generational cycles. It might change your life and generations after you.